Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you're watching this video from. This is Andy Media TV. It's your guy Andy, welcoming you to What's Trending. It's on the news that the federal government have earmarked the sum of 90 billion naira to subsidize Hajj for 2024. Before we continue, to discuss this issue of subsidizing the Hajj operation, let's take a look at this video, and see what it's all about and what the government is intending to do and how much they're intending to spend, according to the Vice President of Nigeria, to subsidize Hajj operation. So let's take a look at this video. I will be right back.
In another development, reactions have trailed President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's approval of 90 billion naira to subsidize the cost of this year's Hajj pilgrimage. Vice President Kashim Shettima made the announcement during the inaugural Hajj airlift at the Sir Ahmadu Bello International Airport in Kebbi State on Wednesday. In his speech, Shettima emphasized the president's commitment to religious pilgrimage and urged intending pilgrims to pray for the success of the administration and to act as good ambassadors for Nigeria by observing all Hajj protocols in Saudi Arabia.
The president approved the release of 90 billion naira to subsidize the cost of pilgrimage for this year's Hajj. Therefore, I urge you not to relent in praying for the success of this administration, for the peace and progress of our country that we are proud to call our motherland.
All right, priorities, priorities, priorities. This is what we've always been advocating on this program. I mean, they want to touch pension funds like we talked about, and then now it's 90 billion, not 1 million, not 1 billion, 90 billion.
Okay, welcome back. You've seen the video, you listened to the Vice President also, making mention of the subsidy that's going to Hajj, about 90 billion. So you've had it all, you've watched and seen. Okay, so let's take my own perspective on all these, what just transpired in the video. And I'm going to air my mind to what I think that the government should be looking at to do, not subsidizing Hajj. All right? So that's what the situation is right now in the country. Subsidizing Hajj operation is their priority, and that's unfortunate. Why would the federal government, who is running into revenue crisis, is subsidizing Hajj? This same government removed subsidy on petroleum products in May 29, 2023, on the day of assumption of office. This same government removed subsidy on electricity, raising the price of electricity to go high. Same thing with petroleum products. And it brings about a lot of hardship in the country. This same government also removed subsidy on FOREX, foreign exchange, skyrocketing the price of dollar from 700 to 1,400. That's the situation. So why will this subsidizing of Hajj be an important issue for the government? Why will it be a priority? I have been of the opinion that anything religion, government should hands off on them. Whoever wants to go in Mecca should fund his or her trip. Same way, whoever wants to go for pilgrimage in Jerusalem as a Christian should also fund his or her trip. The government has no business sponsoring or subsidizing anyone that wants to travel for any religious activity. Even in the Constitution, there is freedom of worship. If you have made a choice to be a Muslim, you take responsibility for whatever comes in there. If you make a choice to be a Christian, you take responsibility of what comes in there, not the government taking part of the responsibility. Going to Hajj is not mandatory. It's a thing of choice. So whoever chose to go to Hajj in Mecca should be able to afford it. If you can't afford it, there's no point going into what you cannot afford. So is government subsidizing Hajj a priority for the government? For me, is a no. Government has no business getting involved in subsidizing Hajj. The critical elements that government would have subsidized, they have removed all the subsidies on them. So, if government had subsidized energy, it would have helped in reshaping the economy, but they didn't. If government has subsidized education, it would have empowered the citizens. If government have subsidized health, it would have helped in strengthening and extending the lifespan of the citizen. But what is important to government is spending a whole large sum of 90 billion to sponsor and subsidize Hajj operation. And let me tell you, this 90 billion, at least more than 60% of the money is going to be capital flight, because these guys going to lodge in hotel in Saudi Arabia, they're going to feed there, they're going to take shuttles and what have you. These monies are to be expended outside of the country. So what does the economy benefit? Nothing. Yes, I know that some of the airlines are domestic airlines who are going to ferry these guys to Hajj. They're going to get paid for that. And part of the money stays back in Nigeria, but bulk of the money is going to go out. So how does it benefit the economy? How does it benefit the citizen? Money the government is spending is our money. It's not the president's money. It's the citizens' commonwealth. So why will the government take off subsidies in foreign exchange that is stabilizing the economy? Take out subsidy on petroleum products, which every Dick and Harry in the country uses. Take off subsidy on electricity and decide that the best place to subsidize is Hajj operation, a mere religious activity. So why will the government take this kind of nonsensical initiative when the country is searching on how to raise revenue to fund this operation? Just recently, the federal government is trying to delve into the pension fund to take up money from there for infrastructural development. This same government that is spending 90 billion to sponsor Hajj. That doesn't make sense. Taking 90 billion and delving into dilapidated road infrastructures. The Edo Bini Awishi Road is a death trap that even a whole big truck fall into the swamp. If 90 billion is a mark to tackle that road, I know it will be completed in due time. That same 90 billion can take care of Kaduna, Abuja Kaduna Kanu Road. It can take care the completion of the Lagos Ibadan Express, highway. It can also take care of part of the East-West Road that has been in construction for 17 years. But no, what government want to do is to do what? To subsidize Hajj. How much is the education budget for 2024? How much is the budget for health for 2024? But the priority is to expend 90 billion on Hajj operation, which has no benefit to the economy and to the lives of the citizens. Religious activity is a choice. Who wants to go to Hajj should pay for himself and go to Hajj. All these agencies of government in this regard should be scrapped. They have no use to the citizens. The things you took out subsidy from are things that benefit the economy, as it were, and even helps to stabilize the economy. But you took them out and push it to an operation that has nothing to do with the lives of majority of the citizens, where it will just be expended for nothing. How can religion or religious activity be a priority of government at this critical moment that the government does not have resources to even fund its own operations? I can imagine what this 90 billion would have done in the health sector, in the education sector, in the road infrastructure we are talking about, or even in the rail. And I think that the government, whether federal or state or local government, should stop funding this nonsense. The priorities now are to tackle insecurity, deal with oil vandalization, the crude oil theft, invest in education, empower the SMEs, small and medium scale enterprises, and as well as invest in road infrastructure, the rail infrastructure, and all of that, the health sector, and not spending money on things that doesn't add value to economic development. Therefore, in conclusion, I'm saying that the government has no business subsidizing Hajj or Christian pilgrimage operation. Muslims and Christians alike, if you want to go to Hajj or to pilgrimage in Jerusalem, please save the money for that and do it yourself. Government has no business in doing this. If you want to subsidize anything in the country, we have critical areas to subsidize. Education is one, health is one, energy is one. Energy in terms of petroleum products is one, because energy is a key driver of economy. Everywhere in the world, they subsidize all these things. They subsidize energy because energy is critical to development, to manufacturing, and the rest of them. Hajj or pilgrimage in Jerusalem is a choice. If you want to go, you pay your way to go there. And we've been doing this for years. If you put it together, the resources that have been expended in Hajj and pilgrimage operation in Jerusalem together, you will see how many trillion we are talking about. And imagine putting such money in economic and infrastructural development. You're going to see where we're supposed to have been by now. So when you don't have resources, you do scale of preference. You cut down on things you have spent money on. You take off things that are not necessary, things that you can do without, and focus on things that are more germane and critical to the direction you go in. So this is the point we're making. All right? So the government need to sit up. They need to sit up and do the right things that will change and turn around the economic condition of the country. So I don't know what your own take is on this. Comment on my comment section. I'm going to respond to your comment. But don't leave my channel without at least liking my channel, sharing, my video, and then subscribe to my channel. It is your subscription that builds this channel. Put on your notification bell so that as soon as new video drops, you'll be one of the first to be notified. Thank you for visiting my channel today. I'm gonna see you on my next video. Do have a wonderful day. Thank you.